Move your neck around a little bit. Kind of, yeah. I love that your chin shows through the mouth. It's really interesting.
Yeah, it's cool, man. Huh. So I just put something in my mouth that someone else had in their mouth many times.
You'll be fine.
Video portraits of American trendsetters. 10 cities across the country, 5 episodes in each city.
This week, blending traditional and contemporary practices in Native Alaskan art with Drew Michael.
I'm 28. I'm from Alaska, born and raised. I am Yupik and Inupiaq. My parents adopted me. I'm adopted into a white family. I wish I was a little bit more connected to my culture, and the great thing about my parents is they wanted to stay here in Alaska to connect us with our family roots. Through that, I was able to connect with my art form, which is mask carving. I learned how to do things traditionally, and then I started taking steps away from that, and I started looking at creating work that fused my perspective with a traditional perspective. So this is looking at traditional culture, and this is actually a sign that was used for the Yupik and Chupik people. It kind of represents tradition and how things, how people expect me to do things with like bone and baleen and maybe more traditional materials. And so I felt like I was being stuck in a box, and this is me just like opening up and living outside of the box. I look at this design book and I think, am I in a place where I want to work on a piece that's in here? And so I start flipping through this book, and from there I take that piece of paper and I pin it on my wall, and I grab my piece of material, whatever it is, stone, wood. I start hacking away at it. I think some people expect me to be doing something a little bit more traditional. I feel like, why do I need to be spending all my time breaking my body trying to create something when I can use a tool and cut out all this time? And then I take a chisel and clean it up, and then I cut out the holes for the eyes and different things like that, and then I burn it with some burning tools. Right here, I already burned it, and I need to be able to stain it. So that'll kind of seal the piece.
What's the name of this piece?
Oh, what did I call it? Without Seeing. It feels like it's like an 80s title or something. Like, I don't.
Sounds like it could be a Tears for Fears song.
Oh, totally. The Native community is really connected, especially in Anchorage. There's a group of artists that are bringing out amazing work that has told really powerful stories about struggle, about where people are from, and told the Alaska story, at least in the Anchorage area. I started out my training looking at a lot of books and a lot of pictures, and going to museums and looking at traditional work. A lot of the things that were expressed were looking at ideas around, I wouldn't say folklore, but creation ideas. It looks Aleut or Aleutic based off the design. The Aleut and Aleutic designs are typically longer like that. This is interesting because it's a piece that looks at expression of faces, kind of like my work. And it's kind of a contemporary piece of art that is not native, but it's also, it is an expression of part of Alaska culture. Each piece is a cast of a community member made with wax.
Yeah.
And then behind it, there's lights behind each piece.
Oh, okay.
So the whole piece lights up. It's beautiful. I worked in the oil field, which is kind of funny. Like, people don't think of me as a truck driver, but I drove big rigs. So I was like one of those ice road truckers. A lot of the tension that I was displaying in my work had to do with me working in the oil field. During that time, I was dealing with my own sexuality, and that was really hard. My coming out process was up in the oil field, but I didn't let anybody know up there. My work really describes those struggles. This kind of represents the blinding that I was talking about. I'm blinded by my own sexuality, so. or we all are sometimes. I'm tired.
We're gonna make it.
Okay, I think I want to do a show looking at tradition. One of the things that we could do is take fish skin and draw like a traditional design on one, and then do one of my designs on another, and then have you do the same thing. And so we're kind of melding everything together.
Break it and clink it.
Yeah, that's so huge.
Yeah.
It's very cleansing to be able to work on something and let that energy go, whether it's good or bad, because it's an aspect of your life. It's that time in your life that you're working through. When I was adopted, my grandmother said to my adoptive parents, if you're going to adopt these kids, I want you to raise them to be leaders of their people. And so I feel like I'm fulfilling that desire of my grandmother even. I'm going back to my people and teaching a craft, a form that connects people back to a way from long ago. I feel like I'm doing something for my people.
Next time on American Hipster Presents, picking edible greens in a city park and taking a romantic oceanside walk with Jennifer and Tikon of the Anchorage Food Mosaic. Here at Drew Michael's spot, checking out the studio, learning about Native Alaskan culture, art, the connection between the past, the present, and the future. This cat's finishing up a piece. Let us know what you think of the episode. Click on the links over here for more. Leave a comment below. I'm gonna just keep it cool. See you guys next time.